Okay, let's take a look at document recovery. So up here in the utilities menu in the main launcher in RentalResult, we have the first option in the list, which is document recovery. So we'll go ahead and open that up. And what it will do is automatically load up a list of all of the documents that have fallen into recovery. So it's worth noting at this point, document recovery is a feature in RentalResult that will pick up any transactional documents and store them as locked until it's recovered or deleted by the user. You'd need to use document recovery if you're processing a document and perhaps you exit the application abruptly, you lose network connection, perhaps you're working from home and you lose access to the VPN, or you experience a specific error in processing. Those documents will automatically fall into recovery, and you'll need to come into document recovery and manually recover them in order to pick up where you left off. It's important for all users of RentalResult to carry out regular housekeeping, so I would always recommend you come and do this every day. So maybe the first thing you do when you come in the morning is go into document recovery and clear it down. But at a minimum, we'd say at least do this as a weekly routine. It just helps to keep the system clean and your documentation and history up to date and accessible, and stop any problems downstream. So as I mentioned, documents will fall into recovery from time to time. There's not an exhaustive list as to why this would happen, but it could be that a document's left open when the system is brought down overnight. There could be networking issues. You could have an issue with the transaction that needs to be addressed, and it's stopping you from going any further with that transaction. So it's a mechanism which is there to protect. It's not an indication that there's anything majorly wrong in the system or the applications. It's there to protect your documents that you're currently working on. So as I mentioned, there's two statuses. There's an update and a delete. So if you've let's say you've created a contract, you've got halfway through creating it, you've saved it, gone to lunch, come back, opened it up, added another couple of lines, and then it's fell into recovery, you would then be able to come back into here, update it back to the last rollback save point, and carry on processing. If you just open a document and say you ended up crashing out of the system, then it would come into here under the delete status, and then you would just come in here and delete it and then start the document again. So easy way to maintain it, you literally just work your way through the list, and as you can see, you've got some information on screen around the transaction details, the document type, the document numbering, the date it was locked, and who was the last user, essentially who the document was locked by. So there's two ways which you can recover a document. You can double click on it and hit the yes to recover it, or up the top here, if you highlight a line, you can hit the recovery icon, the green spanner and hammer icon, and recover it that way, and just go through the list, and it's really that simple. But any questions from anyone, just reach out to your CSM, we'll gladly help.